This may not look like a laboratory, but in truth it is. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a dynamic laboratory for the testing of automobiles and automotive products. During 11 months of the year, the Speedway is quiet, but during the month of May, it becomes noisy and bustling with activity. On this track, racing drivers push their machines to the extreme in search of the fastest times and the best performances. Castrol has chosen this laboratory to test its GTX motor oil under the severest punishment. In 1973, the punishment will be the most severe ever. The goal is a 200-mile-an-hour lap on the 2.5-mile track. Only 11 years ago, Parnelli Jones broke the 150-mile-an-hour barrier, which was then believed to be impossible on this circuit. 2 years ago, Peter Evson qualified at just under 180 miles an hour. If the 200-mile-an-hour lap can be done, the men who can do it are here. This will be Gordon Johncock's 9th race on the 2.5-mile oval. For Johnny Rutherford, race number 10. The only active 3-time winner, A.J. Foyt, piloting a car of his own design, the Coyote. A driver with an international reputation is England's David Hobbs. His machine is one of 4 Castrol GTX lubricated cars. The other 3 are entered by former winner Parnelli Jones and partner Vel Miletich. Number 11 to be driven by 1969 winner Mario Andretti. Number 4 with 2-time winner Al Unser behind the wheel. The 3rd driver, Joe Leonard. His machine proudly displays the number 1 of the USAC National Champion for the 2nd year in a row. The fans have named this the Super Team, 2 former winners and the national champion. Al Unser's brother, Bobby, also a 500 winner in 1968, is the anchor man for another 3-car team. In 1972, Bobby set the track record of 195.940. Cherry Grant is the 2nd team member and in his 7th race at Indianapolis. Veteran of 7 500s, Wally Dallenbach is in the cockpit of the 3rd car, designed and built by Dan Gurney, number 62. A friendly competitor of Gurney's has brought another formidable team of drivers and cars to the Speedway. Roger Penske has picked as his anchorman the winner of the 1972 race, Mark Donohue. Gary Bettenhausen will drive his 6th race in the 2nd Penske car, number 5. And from the stock car ranks, Bobby Allison. Although it's his first time at Indianapolis, he has 39 wins on the NASCAR circuit. There is little doubt that if the 200-mile-an-hour lap is possible, these are the men who can do it. Among them are 5 former winners, totaling 8 victories. They have dominated the 500, winning 7 out of the last 9 races. Only 33 cars will line up for the start of the race, the 33 fastest. One can only speculate as to how fast that will be. Practice time proves or disproves the theories of designers and engineers. Their work is done, and the proof can only be found at high speed by the man in the seat. The speed comes slowly at first, but as the time on the watches becomes less per lap, the chance for error becomes more and more. The competition is not only with the stopwatches. The vagaries of Indianapolis weather can present problems. Cold and wind are the norm. But one day each May, you can trade cold feet for heartburn. Mom Unser serves her traditional hot chili lunch, laced with plenty of red pepper and garlic and maybe a touch of tequila. It is guaranteed to put you on your feet and back in action. May the 12th, the first official test of speed. If the 200-mile-an-hour lap is attained, it will probably be on this day, 9 a.m., and the cars move out for the last practice period before qualifications. Art Pollard crashes in turn 2. The car bursting into flames, flipping and sliding upside down. It could not have been worse. The tragic accident took the life of one of racing's most popular competitors. In the atmosphere that follows such a tragedy, it is difficult to continue. But the task of qualification must be done. Revson, driving a Drake Offie McLaren, sets the first four-lap speed of 192.606. Second car on the track is Gary Bettenhausen. He jumps the speed by nearly 3 miles per hour. And the speed for Gary Bettenhausen, 195.599 miles an hour. A great ride by Gary. Let's hear about it. The field is nearly 1/3 full when Swede Savage makes his run. He is teammate of Gordon Johncock and Australia's Graham McRae. The 26-year-old Savage posted the fastest practice lap during the month at 197.8 miles an hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a new track record. Swede Savage, 45 and 6700 seconds, speed 197.152 miles an hour. 197.152, and there he is already.
Also, a new track record is his four-lap average of 196.582. Al Unser makes a run at the record in number 4 Castrol GTX Special, but misses by less than 2 seconds. Teammate Mario Andretti posts the fastest time for the Castrol team with a four-lap average of 195.059 miles an hour. Johnny Rutherford brings the fans to attention by his first lap speed of 198.676 and then brings them to their feet on his third lap.
It's a new track record. 45 and 2100 seconds, speed 199.071 miles an hour, and here he is, Johnny Rutherford.
Just 20/100ths of a second off the 200-mile-an-hour lap. The only driver left with a chance to break Rutherford's record, Bobby Unser.
Entrant, the Olsenite division of the Swedish Crucible Steel Company out of Detroit, Michigan. An Eagle chassis. One of 29 Eagles entered for this year's sweepstakes built by Dan Gurney's All-American Racers.
Unser misses the record by just 0.2 of a second.
Speed, 198.183 miles an hour. And he moves into the number 2 position behind Johnny Rutherford.
The chances of a 200-mile-an-hour lap in 1973 grow dim. Rain and thunderstorms continue to plague the Speedway. But by May the 20th, the field is full. And as always, there is one man hanging in the balance. Sam Posey hears the bad news just 1 minute before the end of qualifications that he has been bumped from the field by George Snyder. All 4 of the Castrol GTX cars are in the field, with Andretti in the second row and Al Unser in the third. And the question remains, is a 200-mile-an-hour lap possible, or will it remain elusively just out of reach? The flying weather is good early in the morning of May the 28th, and the magnetism of the world's greatest automobile race creates traffic jams on the airfield as well as the highways. No matter how you get to the Speedway, there is one essential, a cooler of refreshments. Buses are ready to take the early arrivals to the track for the colorful pre-race ceremony. Everything is on schedule 1 hour before the race, and the cars are rolled to their starting positions. Then, rain. For 1/3 of a million people, there is no place to go, and nothing to do but watch the track get wet and get wet themselves. Two hours later, the rain has stopped, and the track is nearly dry. The raincoats are removed from the cars, and for the second time, they are pushed onto the track. As the engines roar to life, the crews make a last check for raindrops. The Eagle chassis, built by Dan Gurney, dominates the starting field with 19 out of the 33. 26 of the cars are powered by the Drake-Offey engines. The field is led to the starting line by pole sitter Johnny Rutherford. In the middle is Bobby Unser, and on the outside, Mark Donohue. Unser and Donohue have both been victors in this race. 3 other former winners are in the field. Mario Andretti in the second row, Al Unser in the third, and far back in the 8th row, 3-time champion A.J. Foyt. So Walther in car 77 spins down the track, spewing fuel and flames like a pinwheel. He slides to a stop with the entire front end of the car ripped off. Driver Wally Dallenbach runs to his aid along with the fireman. John Martin is out of his machine, unhurt. Mike Hiss is okay. Jim McElreath continues around the racetrack with a broken right rear suspension. Of the 8 drivers involved, only Salt Walther is seriously injured. But the impact of his car sprayed fuel into the crowd, injuring a dozen or more spectators. Miraculously, Walther is expected to recover from his injuries in spite of the violence of the fiery crash. Before the debris is cleared from the track, dark rain clouds are moving in from the southwest. The heavens open up once again, as if to say, that's enough for one day. Race day +1, and overnight repairs make it possible for 32 of the 33 to hear those famous words once again.
After
Race fans are the most tenacious of all sports enthusiasts. They can always find something to do when it rains. And for the rest of the day, only one wheel turned to the Indianapolis Speedway. Race day +2. A patch of sun is encouraging to fans who have yet to see a lap run under the green flag. And what could be more frustrating? Bobby Allison's engine will not start. Peter Revson has a similar problem. Wet plugs? Finally, all 32 are moving, and the field is forming for the start. Everyone has his fingers crossed that this will be the one.
Here comes the field line.
Bobby Unser dives into the lead from the middle of the first row. And all the cars are safely through the first turn. Bobby Unser leads. Donahue close behind, and Andretti in the Castrol GTX lubricated car is third. On the second lap, Bobby Allison's engine blows in a cloud of smoke. Jerry Grant sneaks through on the inside, close to the wall. Car owner Roger Penske watches as one of his 3 entries drops out of competition. On lap 5, Andretti, running in third, rolls into the pits and is sidelined with mechanical trouble. Peter Revson loses control coming out of turn 4. He locks the brakes and slides into the inside wall. Lap 10, Bobby Unser still in command. Donahue less than a second behind, and now Swede Savage, number 40, is third. Johnny Rutherford is fourth. USAC champion Joe Leonard spins in the North Chute. He keeps the car away from the wall, and Billy Vukovich squeezes past. The car is undamaged, and Joe pulls into the pits for a new set of tires. Gary Bettenhausen, running in 5th, makes an early pit stop on the 18th lap. He's back out in 44 seconds, but has dropped to 10th place. Defending champion Mark Donahue also comes in for fuel. On lap 30, Gordon Johncock is in 2nd place behind Unser. Rutherford is 3rd, and Vukovich in car number 2 is 4th. Bobby Unser makes his first pit stop on lap 40 and relinquishes the lead for the very first time. Gordon Johncock now leads the field. Unser's pit stop takes 1 minute and 21 seconds, and he drops to 8th place. Points problems begin to multiply. After starting far back in the field and having to make 2 pit stops, car number 14 rolls into the pits for the last time. Johncock leads for just 3 laps and hands it to teammate Swede Savage when he makes a pit stop. Savage is out front until lap 55 when Al Unser passes him. He is in 2nd on lap 58 when Savage smashes into the wall, and his car disintegrates in a ball of fire. The engine bounds down the track, while the remainder of the car slides across the track with Savage trapped in the flames. Savage, still conscious, is rushed to the hospital in very critical condition. After an hour and 14 minutes, the race is restarted, and the Castrol colors are in front. Al Unser leads. Johncock is second. Vukovich third. Graham McRae fourth, and Bobby Unser fifth. 21 cars are still in competition. Al Unser's bid for a third 500 victory ends while he's leading on lap 74. Gordon Johncock takes the lead for the second time. Mechanical problems begin to take their toll of the machines. Joe Leonard, Mike Hiss, Mark Donahue, Graham McRae, Dick Simon, Bobby Unser. By lap 112, there are only 10 cars still on the track. And the dark clouds that have become so familiar begin to roll over the speedway. The threat of rain brings a rush to set up victory lane. By lap 130, the rain begins to fall and quickly turns into a downpour. The all-too-familiar red flag is displayed again. 5 times in 3 days, rain has interfered with the race. David Hobbs in the number 73 Castrol GTX lubricated car is still in contention when the race ends. Gordon Johncock is the winner of the abbreviated 500, and he receives congratulations in a dark and rain-soaked victory lane. A disappointing finish for the Castrol team, but the purpose has been served. Castrol GTX has proved its reliability when going to extremes.